Hi, it's Vic. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm sharing with you the Uniquely Creative Stamp and Colour Kit for December. So we have this beautiful butterfly stamp set and we have the Garden Flourish stencil, and then I'm also going to be using this step card that I've cut using my Silhouette Cameo. But if you want me to do a video on how you can make this without the cameo, then let me know. So what I'm doing here, I'm just getting all my pieces ready, and then I've got that Garden Flourish stencil, which is so pretty, and I've also got the Uniquely Creative blending brush. So I'm just going to go in with some milled lavender Distress Oxide ink, and I'm just going to gently apply this over them white pieces of card, because these are going to be the front panels for the stepper card. And these blending brushes are so soft and lovely. They're really lovely to use. So I've got that stencil. You can secure this down with some washi tape if you feel more comfortable doing that. And I've just moved the stencil to the side so I can do the rest of the card. You can also do this design on a normal card size. It doesn't have to be a stepper card. So just bear that in mind if the thought of using a stepper card is a bit daunting. So now I'm just doing the last two pieces, and then once that's done I've got some worn lipstick, so I'm just going to put this on my cutting table and apply some water, and then with my paintbrush I'm just going to add them little dots of paint. So next I've got some Copic friendly colouring card and some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So I'm just going to be stamping out the butterfly images that I'm using for my card today. So next I'm just moving on to my Copic colouring, and I've kept it really simple today. I've only used 3 markers. I haven't done any blending whatsoever, so feel free to use whichever colouring mediums that you have on hand. And I wanted to keep it simple because I think the stepper card is quite detailed anyway, and with all the ink blending and putting it together, sometimes you just want to keep your colouring simple. So I'm just quickly showing you how I coloured in my butterflies. And these butterflies are so pretty. I love all the details on them. I think they're just really nice to use. You can use them for most occasions too, so they're so handy to keep in your craft room. And I've used quite light soft colours for my colouring today, just because I thought it'd go quite well with this stepper card. So once that's done, I've got the coordinating dies, and I'm just going to be securing these down with some washi tape before I run it through my die cutting machine. And once all the butterflies have been die cut, I'm going to be stamping some more, but I'm using vellum this time. So I've got some Versamark ink, and I'm just applying that to a couple of the butterflies and then stamping it down onto my vellum. And then I'm going to be using some white embossing powder and also some silver embossing powder too. And I thought the silver and white embossing powder looked quite nice with the other colours I've used on my card, and it gives it almost a bit like a romantic feel. So these will look nice on a wedding card too, or anniversary, anything like that. So now I've got my heat gun and I'm just heat setting the butterflies, and then once that's done I'm just going to use them coordinating dies again, and I'll run them through my die cutting machine. And then you can see them here. They look really lovely. I was really happy with how they turned out. I'm just going to show you a close-up so you can see all the details. So next I'm going to work on putting this stepper card together. So they're the panels that I've ink blended, and I'm just using some PVA glue to adhere these down. And for anyone that's using a shaped card or anything like that, I do recommend using PVA glue because you've got enough time to get it just right. If I use double-sided tape and make a mistake, I know that I'd end up ripping the card and it'd just be a nightmare. So here I'm just fluffing up the butterflies, and then I've got some light green card and I'm just going to be working on the greeting. So I've got the stamp "You Are So Incredible," and again I'm just picking this up with my stamp tool using some Versamark ink, and then I've also got the silver embossing powder that I used before. So I've just used a paintbrush there just to wipe away any excess before I heat set it. And now I'm just trimming my sentiment down before I start putting all the pieces together. And I've got some foam circles. These are Uniquely Creative and they're brilliant. They were so easy just to apply to the middle of the butterfly and just adhere it down onto my card. So this is the part that I sometimes struggle with because I'm just trying to figure out where to place everything. So I wanted to have some things like popping up off my card. So I've just trimmed down some acetate. I've put some double-sided tape on the back of the greeting, and then I've put some double-sided tape at the bottom of the acetate to adhere it down onto the card. And I weren't too worried about that peeking through the acetate because I've put a butterfly over the top, so it looks like the greeting is floating, which I love doing this to my cards because I think it's fun and it just adds something a little bit different. So now I'm just adhering down those vellum butterflies, and I've used some PVA glue to adhere the vellum down. And again, the glue won't show through so much because the embossing on top will hide that. And then for this butterfly, I've done exactly the same thing that I done for the greeting. I've just added the tape to the top and then at the bottom, just so that it adheres down nicely. And for my last butterfly, I've added the acetate again, but I've actually ended up bending it so it almost pops up, if that makes sense. So the bottom part where I'm just applying the adhesive, I've then just folded that just so that it stands up a little bit better. And now I've got these Uniquely Creative silver pearls, which are so pretty. So I'm just adding them to the card, and then you'll see you can write your greeting at the back, and that's the video done. So thank you so much for watching. I'll leave everything linked down below. Take care, bye.